Michael Peña is the actor for 12 Strong. He plays Sergeant First Class Sam Diller in 12 Strong. Hits theaters coming up this Friday. By the way, do you get to pick your own name of your character? You ever picked your own name?
No, I mean, I think I would have changed it to something more Latin.
What would you have called yourself?
Miguel Antonio. Like something really cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I am always amazed at that even big-time actors can't change the name of their character. Like they say, your name is Jimmy Lipper.
Yeah, I'm surprised those guys can't do that. I'm not a big-time actor. I don't consider myself a big-time actor. Like, it must be tough for those guys.
What do people say on the street when they see you?
Hey, what's up, Wilmer Velderrama? I love you on that 70s show. And I said, no, dude, I'm Mario Lopez. You guys got it all wrong.
Yeah, watch me on Access Hollywood.
Somebody actually said, oh, you're Eric Estrada. I'm like, oh, no. So anybody Latin.
Do you play along with them?
Sure.
Or do you correct them?
Buddy, I sign it as Eric Estrada.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why ruin their dream,
I had people who were, I had a guy who came up to me and he goes, Stuart Scott, love you, man. And Stuart, of course, African-American. And I just said, yeah, booyah. Yeah. Like I've had somebody say, hey, Chris Berman.
Oh, dude, Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah, sure, why not? Is there a movie that they couple you with when people come up to you, where they want to ask you certain things about a certain movie?
I mean, you know what? It's been a cool transition because it started off with Crash and then Shooter, World Trade Center, End of Watch, Ant-Man, those kind of movies. And so it's mainly movies about, maybe questions about that. But I think Ant-Man gets the most questions because people are like, those fans are like, they're diehard fans and they really want to know everything Marvel, and I don't know everything Marvel.
But when you were first pitched Ant-Man,
right?
Like what goes through? Paul Rudd is, I'm sure great to couple with, pair with. But when somebody says, "Here's the premise," and your reaction was
awesome.
Oh, you got it right away.
But the thing was, is that Marvel, like Edgar Wright's the one that wrote me wrote the part for me. And so someone from Marvel comes, and instead of you saying, like, give me the weekend to read it, the guy was standing outside of my hotel room while I was filming Fury, waiting for me to finish the script, and I'm a slow reader. So it took me like 4 hours because there's so much description, in those kind of movies. So, I had to have an answer right away. So it took me, an afternoon.
And then I know that the topic of another Ant-Man movie is come up, right? But
I mean, just in mere form of question.
Oh, okay.
Where you're like, if there's a third, would you want to be in it? And I was like, of course. And then and all of a sudden I read in the headlines, Michael Peña confirms there's a third movie. I'm like, I didn't say anything of the sort.
You're a Chicago Bear fan?
I'm a Chicago Bear fan.
But how much are you a Chicago Bear fan?
I mean, I really am. I'm like, I go to as many games as I can. And now because I live in Los Angeles and I'm like, I've never been the guy that, like, my best friend is the guy that, like, every Sunday, he would get the paper and, like, he knows all the names and all the positions, and he's really, really involved. The only thing that I've ever been, I know it because of fantasy football.
Are you in fantasy?
Yeah, I'm in fantasy.
What's the name of your team?
Apache Butterknife. It's tough and gentle at the same time.
That sounds like a band.
Yeah.
Like a punk rock band.
Yeah, Apache. Oh, the Apache Butterknives.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Filled with a soup of irony. Yeah.
But are you in with other actors, celebrities?
It was with Paul Rudd. It was the Marvel, like, we're totally geeking out right now. Yeah, it was like a Marvel kind of league or whatever. Yeah, but I think I did okay. I picked up Deshaun Watson and Fuller, like on the waiver wire, and I thought that, and they won me 5 games in a row, and they're the reason that but then he got hurt.
Yeah.
So, he got hurt in practice, which is kind of odd.
Yeah.
But he was just crushing it. The kid looks amazing. Like, he looks really comfortable in the pocket, and then I'm like, I just saw him play a couple games, and I just...
No, he's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
And his coach said, "Look, he's the next Michael Jordan," and nobody listened.
So he won't get any penalties called against him.
No.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The only way he can stop himself is to get injured. Michael plays Sam Diller in 12 Strong. Hits theaters this Friday. Explain your role. What attracted you to this?
Well, I'm one of the 12, and they're basically elite soldiers. They're Green Berets that go in, and they volunteered, September 12th to go in. And this one, it was a different tactic. Instead of just putting 1,000 troops on the ground, they basically dropped off 12, and they're elite soldiers, Green Berets, and so they're kind of like free thinking, soldiers, and so they work in conjunction to take over this city, that would be the breeding ground and the training ground for terrorists. So and in 3 weeks they were able to do this.
But you can't. It's like when I watch people portray a baseball player or an athlete in a movie, and you go, "Well, I don't know. Do they really look like they could have played?" When you're going to have to portray a Green Beret,
Right.
like you can't. Kid, the CGI can't help you with being a Green Beret.
Oh,
can it?
yes, it can.
It can.
No. Well, no, I mean, like,
the way you look.
yeah, I mean, we're stacked with clothes and stuff, and I think the thing that you got to focus on is like, what can I really portray? What can be a potential strength? And I think that's like camaraderie, like how you're just talking to the guys and the relationships and cracking jokes and the type of jokes that you do. I think that's what I focused on the most. And thank God that I was some of the guys really liked it. And he's like, yeah, that's how we really talk. And that's my only contribution to it. Like, I'm not Thor, I'm not Chris Hemsworth, I'm not 7'9" or
He's
whatever.
a little too good looking, isn't he?
Oh man,
like there's certain guys where
Yeah.
you go, that's not fair.
Yeah, and then when my wife says it, I'm like, you can calm it down. I mean, you don't have to repeat it, Yeah, and she kept repeating it. But
Are
that's
you going to
okay.
be in Narcos?
I am. Yeah, they told us not to say anything, and then all of a sudden there was an announcement on social media. Per deadline or whatever. but
What role you playing?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, but you already said a little bit there.
Yeah, I said I'm involved.
they're
but
not going to take you out of it.
Yeah.
Have you already shot it?
I shot 2 episodes and I'm returning. That's that's why I have the longish hair for me, especially like. Yeah.
Are you a good guy or bad guy?
Oh yeah, that I can't tell you either.
Do you want to be a good guy or bad? What's tougher to play, a good guy or bad guy?
I think it's about the same, don't you think? I'm like it's just.
But I would want to be a bad guy just to see how bad I can.
In life or just in?
Well, maybe in life too. but I there's part of you that goes. I always go back to when I see Walter White in Breaking Bad.
Oh,
that
right.
you like what brings out that evil in you, even as an actor.
Right.
Like something has to go. Man, I'm gonna go in my deep recesses here and bring out somebody I don't know even exist in me.
You know what? That's really interesting that you say that because I'm like sometimes in Hollywood, it's the opposites. Like Michael Shannon's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Some of these guys that play these bad guys are really like very, very gentle, nice people.
Michael Shannon, he seems like scary.
Yeah, I mean he's intense, but he's a really nice guy, And I've met a lot of these guys, like so-called bad boys, in movies that are nice, and then the other people that are supposed to be nice that are not so nice.
Well, he was in The Shield, I think.
I was on the.
Was
Shield.
Shannon in The Shield too?
No.
He was not.
I did
Where
my
I
first
see-
movie with that guy.
Boardwalk Empire was
He was
Shannon
in, he was in the
Okay.
Boardwalk Empire. Yeah, I did my first movie. I went to an open call, and my best friend's mom says, "Hey, you're good at imitating. Why don't you try acting?" So I'm like, "Yeah, screw it." I went to an open call. I didn't get the part, but they sucked me in as an extra, and I thought I made it at that time. And then during rehearsals, Michael Shannon was the kid next to me, and he stood up, did his thing, and then went away. And then the following day, he wasn't there. And I said, "What happened?" He got fired. He got fired from that show. So my first job was a big one that I didn't get, and he got fired from. So that was 22 years ago in Chicago.
Who do you impersonate?
I used to I went to the, Marist High School, and I would impersonate like the nuns and the priests.
Oh, so not you don't do it where you're doing Denzel Washington or
No,
something
I
like
never
that.
did that. I
okay.
never even thought of that. I'm like, I was just getting seriously, I was getting a quarter for these impersonations, and I can't even do them now.
A quarter.
A quarter, but I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I went to this this like prep school, and they these kids had like Corvettes at 16. I couldn't believe it. I was, to me, it was a whole nother world.
Like they would say, "Hey, Michael, do the impersonation of the nun, and we'll give you a quarter."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't remember it now, but
I also saw where you're a big golfer.
yeah, I love it.
Okay,
I love it.
are you a legit 3 handicap?
I'm a 3.5, so I'm not a
Okay.
legit 3 handicap. But that's I don't know how that. You know what? Because I'm an actor, I'll play for I'll have a month off, and I'll go in shooting like 85, 82, and then if you're playing 2 times a week, then you're gonna get better. And then if I have 2 rounds of 74 at my home course,
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm a 3 handicap, which I don't think it's.
You're going to lose money.
I'm going to lose money
Yeah.
every time. Yeah.
Most famous person you play golf with?
Oh, wow. I think Dan Quayle.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice man.
I played with him at the Bob Hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played with him in Tahoe.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy.
And I was playing bad. I was hungover, and then I have to watch my language. Like you're in Tahoe, they just pair you with whoever each day.
Yeah.
Have you played at Pebble Beach?
I've never played that, but you know what? Like I don't mean to show off, but I got a hole in one
At the Hope.
at the Bob Hope.
Yes.
Yeah, with and Dan Quayle was part of the foursome.
And they got it on video.
They did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have that the rest of your life.
The rest of my, you know what's funny? Crash won the Oscar like a couple years before that, and I got like 300 text messages and just congratulating me, blah blah blah, this and that. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I got 1,000 text messages for being
Sports
I
Center.
got way more. I'm like I'm in the wrong business maybe.
Yeah. Well, that more important, more people watching SportsCenter care about that than some silly movie
exactly.
there.
I know.
Matt Dillon was great in Crash.
Yeah, he really
he was
was.
creepy. People forget about Matt Dillon. And usually whenever I say Matt Dillon, they go, "You mean Matt Damon?" I go, "No, Matt Dillon was there before Matt Damon."
Yeah, that's right.
But he was great.
I mean, he had he still has like a great career. I remember him, his movies in the 80s, and then, he played that crazy cop in Crash.
Yes.
And I think he was nominated for an Oscar. Am I right? I
think so too.
Yeah, 4 people with computers here.
Yeah, but they're not listening to us.
By the way, I think I'm glad I chose this shirt because it's like the uniform around here.
Yeah, casual.
Right?
Yeah, you could have worn flannel, Michael.
I mean, which I think is it's pretty close.
Yeah, this is standard issue here.
Standard, yeah.
Michael Peña plays Sergeant First Class Sam Diller in 12 Strong, hits theaters this Friday. Congrats on your success. Thanks for
thank you
stopping by.
much.
We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.